I cannot believe that I'm actually sitting down to film this video. I thought I was never going to be done with this product. I've had so many delays, so many mishaps, and I'm so excited to finally have this product in hand and to be able to reveal this product, put it out on the market, because I am so proud. I worked so hard and so long on this to make this something that I truly, the vision that I had for this product. If you didn't know the backstory, Singe Beauty is my own indie brand. It is started by me, it is founded by me. I have no other investors. I am the sole owner of this brand. Everything about this brand, how it looks, how it performs, the kind of products that we do, the kind of pictures that we have, everything is dreamt up by me. This is my daydream come to life, the things that I really wanted to bring to the market. And I think the writings were on the wall when you saw that I released color cosmetics in form of the blushes that we had this fall. I bet you knew that it was only a matter of time before I took it to the next step and brought you a palette. So here it is, Singe Beauty's very own first palette. This is Galactic Visitor, and I cannot believe we're finally here. I've been working on this one for as long as I've been working on the blushes, trying to perfect the image of this palette. I love how this palette is. This is a soft touch matte packaging with shiny details and metallic, like the stars are metallic and the print is metallic and there are shiny details. And on the back of the palette, it also comes in the exact, it comes with the plastic inside to protect the shadows, to protect the mirror, and also the packaging is the exact same as well. And you do have all the details on the back with the ingredients and all of that. I sometimes, you know, it's aesthetically pleasing to not have all this text on the back, but also sometimes you get rid of the packaging and it's nice to have it here. And I will also have it on the website just so that you have all the information in case you do need it. This is a palette for face and eyes and body. According to the FDA, some of the ingredients in here, for me to be able to keep this a vegan palette, this is a vegan and cruelty-free palette. That's what Singe Beauty is. I had to include some of the pigments that are not, according to FDA in the US, considered eye safe. They might give you some staining, and I am therefore putting all of that in the back of the palette in case that is information that you need. But I just want to let you know that I do need to give that disclaimer. I do have a video where I talk a little bit more about this thing, and I will leave a link to that video down below with the timestamp where I start talking about this process in case you want to look in more to that, because I still feel that we have there are some knowledge gaps regarding this thing with the US versus the EU versus Asia versus Africa, the difference in how we mark our makeup products. But this is a palette and I cannot wait to show you. Again, I've been working so long on this. Of course, I'm wearing the palette right now. Oh, I can only imagine how sentimental I'm gonna be editing this video, seeing me open this on screen for the first time, because clearly I have been working on this for such a long time. I have been wearing this for such a long time. You've probably seen me wearing this in videos, in vlogs, in pictures. This has been the one that I've been wearing, and you've been asking me, where's that eyeshadow? And I can't say yet. And I'm so proud of this palette. I wanted to do something that was very true to me as our first palette. And yes, don't worry, this will not be the only palette we release, but I am not the kind of brand that releases one thing a month. So don't expect that the next thing we release will be into 2025. I'm just letting you know right now, but I wanted to release something that was very true to me. I wanted it to have slightly more mattes than shimmers. I wanted to go from very dark to very light, and I wanted to have more than one dark option and more than one light option, and I also wanted the shimmers to have different formulas. So we have 3 metallics, 2 duochrome iridescent toppers. I'm wearing one, it's a blue to a mint on my eyes today, and then we have a very special, intense duochrome holographic shadow that I cannot begin to explain to you how long it took me to get this one the way that it is. I just absolutely love this shadow, and I think it truly gives the palette something extra, gives it that space theme with that holographic shadow in here. And I'm just so proud of everything that's going on with this palette. The artwork, there is a big mirror in this palette. I know a bunch of you love having a big mirror in there. And I wanted to quickly, before we go into swatching this one, the palette is Galactic Visitor, so it is space meets cowboy. And you will see that reflected in some of the imprints on the shadows as well. I knew I wanted to do a space theme, and I knew I wanted to have a alien come here on the artwork. The artist that has been helping me with this, he has not had it easy with me being like, no, I want this, no, I want that, but he really came through. I love this artwork. It's absolutely amazing. And I have been really embracing the culture of me moving here. I'm living in Texas right now for the time that I am here. And I told him I wanted to be a cowgirl getting abducted. And he was like, that's oddly specific. And I also told him, and I showed him some pictures, because I went to Bryce Canyon. That's how long this has been going on. And I showed him, I'm like, I want the background to be like Bryce Canyon. So we have been working on this for a really long time. I had a very specific color scheme that I wanted. And I think you can see as well that the inside is very much reflecting the artwork. That is something that I really like, when you can see the colors brought into the art and the cover and the shadows and all of that. So that is the background story of this. I am very, very proud of this. And I think you're gonna really, really love when you see the shades in here. You are gonna be so excited when you see the shade names. I am so happy with all of this. Let me actually show you how this one swatches out, because this one has some really interesting color combos that I really love. We do have two pastel shades, which is a pastel vanilla yellow, and we have a pastel mint, which is what I'm wearing in the look today. We also have a lighter peach, and we have a darker peach, a red matte, almost like a bright yellow, but it's a little bit muted. It's not like a stark yellow. It has a little bit of a muted tone to it. And then we have some really dark shades, a red, a brown, a teal, and we have a black here. I know this was a space theme. I thought it would be perfect to have a black in here so you can really deepen up your looks or make a super, super smoky look if you wanted that. And then we have a blue matte, because this is just something that I like with palettes. I don't like when palettes box me into something. I want to be able to take it in the direction that I want to take it. I just think being able to use the dark teal together with this one or together with this one, and you can easily have two combinations that give you very different looks, because I'm wearing the teal with the mint today, but if I was wearing this muted blue, you would have a totally different look. Again, I don't like being boxed into this matte only works with this matte. This gives you options, and that is something that I really like. This holographic shadow just makes me so happy. I worked so hard on this one. I also worked a really long time to perfect these three metallics, to get them to be as pigmented and as sparkly and intense as I want them to be, because even though they're metallics, I want them to be awesome metallics. And I just am so incredibly proud of this entire palette, and I just cannot believe that it's finally here. I love a palette with options. I love a palette that's not one-dimensional. I love a palette with contrast, and something that I really like is mixing cool tones with warm tones. That's why it's half warm tone, half cool tone. I think that that just gives it an edge. So you can either wear these by themselves or these by themselves, or mix and match together. That is totally possible as well. That is something that I've been loving, and I'm so proud of this. I worked so hard on this. I put so much thought into the formulation, the packaging, the names, the different color combos, and I just cannot wait to see what everybody creates with this one. This one will be available on Black Friday on what I am assuming is going to be a pre-order. I talked about this in Sunday's video, where basically we're going to have a Black Friday sale on Singe. We're going to do 20% off everything at the website. I will leave some info about that down below in case you want to participate. Everything will be on sale except this new palette. This palette is currently en route to the warehouse. It is fairly close to the warehouse as I'm filming this, so there is still a chance that this one actually will be at the warehouse for the launch on Black Friday, and then it really won't be a pre-order at all. It will just ship out per usual. But I do think that this one will be a little bit delayed, and therefore I'm putting this one up as a pre-order. I do not foresee this taking longer, even if we're totally unlucky, longer than 2 weeks. I will put additional info on the listing of this one, basically saying that if you order this one, everything that is in that order will ship at the same time as the palette. So if you do not want to wait for the rest of your order, which could take up to 2 weeks, order them separately or wait until this one actually is in stock. I will save a few for when they're actually in stock in case you want to hold out, because of course I haven't been able to send out PR either. these will still go out to the PR list, and hopefully they'll be showcasing some really fun things for you so they can help you to make up your mind. But again, if you know you want it, you are able to grab it on a pre-sale on Black Friday. Just note that if you buy this one will not be 20% off, and the order, including the other items that you put in the order, will ship out together when this one is at the warehouse. And I will keep you updated on social media, of course. I don't want anyone to be wondering what is going on. I want to be 100% transparent with you. So just know that this one will be up on Black Friday for purchasing if you want to make an order together with your Black Friday order. Also, this one will launch at noon Central Time, but the Black Friday sale starts at midnight because that's the easiest way to do it. So if you do want the palette, wait to put your order in until afternoon Central Time. I am not able to change orders. I am not able to combine orders, and I am not able to cancel orders if the order has already been packed, because I'm not packing the orders, the warehouse is packing the orders. I do have this information already on the website, but I'm just letting you know right now, I am not able to combine orders, I am not able to add things to orders, and I'm not able to stop an order once it's already been packed and put in the big basket at the warehouse together with a bunch of other brands, because that's the reason why I have such quick shipping. With my website, I have shipping that the package goes out within 2 business days. And it's because I'm sharing a warehouse with a lot of other really big and famous brands. And that's why I'm able to do this. It costs a little extra money, but it gives you really quick shipping. Also know them, of course, that once this gets into stock, your order will go out snappy. Really, really quickly. So that's also really good. I just want to give you this extra information. Did I tell you what it's going to cost? It's going to be $45. That's going to be the price of this one. I'm very proud of the price point, despite what people might think. It is not affordable to make high quality makeup, and I'm very, very, very proud of this one. If you're wondering about anything else about this palette, all information about Singe Beauty is on the website. We do have an FAQ, we do have an about the brand, and we will have the ingredients for the palette up as well. Just so you know everything that is going on. I never want to leave anyone in the dark, but I can't possibly say all the information in this video. So I hope that makes sense. I will leave a link to the website down below. And of course, I'm going to be creating 2 looks in this video as well. This is already a really long video, but we're going to quickly create 2 different looks. This one being look number 2, the first one going to be a yellow look. So I'm going to put some timestamps down below so that you can jump around in case you're not interested in seeing the looks. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting my brand. And again, you do not have to purchase anything to be supporting me. Only buy this if you're actually interested in this palette. If you think that this will be a fun addition to your brand, I am very proud of this palette, how it looks, how it performs, everything about it. I would not release something that I didn't believe in, but just following Singe on Instagram, liking our posts, that's also support. So I hope you're having a great day. Let's get in to the makeup. I have worn this eyeshadow palette 2 million times, and I'm so excited to finally like film me wearing it because I have a fresh one here. I'm so excited that it's here. I'm so excited that it's not samples. It just makes me very excited. So I am going to be playing with the yellows, the 3 yellows you see here, plus the dark brown. And I mean, you get it, but like I'm just so excited. I can't believe the day is here. So this is the shade Sol, which is the Swedish word for sun. And I think it is that word for sun in other countries as well. And I'm gonna be blending this one into the upper part of the crease. Such a nice, like, this is like more like, it's a yellow, but it's a little bit of a darker yellow. It's not super, I mean, it's bright, but it's not like a Crayola yellow. So this is the brown shade Cowgirl, and we are gonna put that in the outer part of the crease. And as you can see, this is much deeper than the yellow. So we are gonna first put this on where I want it to be, which is the crease and the outer corner, and then we're gonna go back in with the yellow and blend these together. And now I'm gently buffing on the edge to just blend these together, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the yellow, and again just making sure that these look a little blended together. You always have to go back and forth a little bit with these shades that are a little bit more further from each other in depth. I feel like I've been able to get a gradient that I feel really happy with. So we are going to do Space Dust, which is that yellow. It's not a gold. It's more like a yellow, a muted yellow metallic, because I feel like it's more yellow than a gold would be, but you can see it's very reflective. I'm going to put that in the middle of the lid. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm putting it on bigger parts of the lid, but I'm not putting it in my inner corner. I'm gonna fade it a little bit above here as well. And then I'm gonna go back with Cowgirl and I am gonna re-intensify that in this outer wedge with, this is an EO7, just to make almost like a fake liner with the shadow into the outer corner. That looks so good. So I've been playing with this shade, and this shade, and now we are gonna do We, and we are gonna put that as an inner corner highlight. You know, I couldn't do a palette without at least a couple of these lighter shades for inner corner highlight, for contrast, for blending out shades. For me, I think that a good palette is made with good contrast. And of course, it can't just all be light shades, but I think it's hard to appreciate the dark shades if we don't have the light ones too. I mean, you all know that this is my jam. This is my kind of like neutral look with the yellow together with the brown. And there are of course so many ways that you could be wearing these kind of shades. You don't have to mix the yellow with the brown. You don't have to mix these together at all. But this is a look that I have been wearing a lot. If you've been watching my vlogs, you would have seen this look more than once because it's just something that I really enjoy to wear. So I wanted to show you one of the looks that I have been doing the most with Galactic Visitor. So, oh my god, I can't believe I'm creating looks for you. Let me get into look number 2, which is another look that I've been creating more than once that I really enjoy, which is these two more minty shades together with the dark teal, which also creates something really, really spectacular. And I wore that in the video once as well, I think. And you were asking me what I was wearing, or was it a vlog? And I was like, I can't say, but let's get into look number 2. Time for my second look. Back with my palette, we are going to start with Infinity and then we're going to blend it out with Saucer that has a little saucer in it. I knew I wanted to have some really deep dark shades in here, and I also had this color scheme that I was very inspired by, and I wanted to make sure that you could blend some of these dark shades out with different colors depending on what you felt like, that you weren't like just boxed into a single combination of colors, which I think is very important. So that's why you have this lighter mint color that we're going to be using today, or this more grayish light medium blue that you can use as well to keep it a little bit more bluish and just a little bit more on the bluer side instead of this like more minty green side. I'm going to do a little bit of a blob out here. You know, I love the blob. And we are going to keep this look dark in the outer corner and very light and bright in the rest of the look. And I'm also going to buff a little bit on this edge and just soften it up a little bit before we go in with the mint, because that's going to help everything a lot. I'm going to use this same color under my eyes too, just wrapping it around a little bit, not all the way in, just like halfway through. And now we're going in with the shade Saucer, and we are going to be pushing that into the inner part of the crease. Oh my gosh, are you seeing that? Making me very, very happy. So I am just going to be pushing that on the inner part of the crease, gently blending it upwards, softening the edge, putting a little bit on the lid just to create the contrast to begin with. And now I'm grabbing a little bit more on my brush and I am pushing it on the edge. And now we're gonna, with small circular motions, we are gonna blend on the edge, diffusing the edge, and then we'll go in with a little bit more of that like dark blue. But this is the way that I like to work with pastels, to just soften and blend on the edge, not using them to begin with, because I feel like that disrupts the dark color too much. So now I'm going in with a little bit more of that dark color, and I'm just blending on that edge again. And you can see now when I go over it again, they just blend together and diffuse beautifully. So this is basically the result that I am looking for, where I have the darkness going into the pastel. Stunning. I'm gonna do the same with this color under my eyes too. Just packing it on in the inner part. And also I'm gonna do some in the inner corner. And then I am gonna blend a little bit underneath here. Same thing as I did on top. Now we're gonna go into Beam, which is a mint to a blue duochrome topper. And I am just gonna be putting this on, putting it on my brush. And I am just gonna put this on top of the mint to give us the iridescent minty sheen. Are you seeing that? Oh, I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna put a little bit under here as well. But first I'm gonna use a little bit more of that dark teal, and I'm gonna blend the edge to make sure that this looks like the gradient I want it to be. And I'm just dotting on the edge. You can see it's giving a little bit of gradient and just making this look like we've used 200 shadows, even though we've only used 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit in the inner part. Ooh, took a little too much on my brush. Oopsie. But yeah, like that. And now I'm going back to Saucer, and I'm just gonna reapply a little bit of that in my inner corner to make that super bright and to keep that matte. But yeah, this is basically the look. Can you believe we did this with 3 shadows? Impactful. So that is the finished minty look, and I just absolutely love how striking this is. Again, this is something that I've been wearing quite a lot, and I knew that what I wanted to show you was 2 looks that I have been wearing a lot with this palette, 2 looks that I have been enjoying a lot. And thank you so much for being here, for watching this. And again, if you do choose to buy this palette, thank you for your support. But remember, you don't need to purchase the palette to support me. Just you being here, watching my videos, leaving a like, maybe leaving a comment, maybe sharing one of our Instagram posts to your friends. That also means a lot to me. And if you are not following us on Instagram, please do follow Singe on Instagram. It really does mean a lot to me to have you there watching to see what else I have for the future. And again, all the details for this release and for the Black Friday sale that is happening on Friday, it's gonna be in the description box. And I can't believe I'm finally here, able to show you this thing that I have been working on for such a long time. Anyways, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you tomorrow for more declutters.